We just wrapped up the first quarter of 2026 here in Terramor, and I've got to be honest, the numbers are all over the place. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what happened in Terramor during the first quarter, and I'll show you what it could mean if you're thinking about buying or selling a home. Hi, my name is Casey, and I help buyers and sellers in the 55 and older communities here in Southern California, and that includes Terramor and Trilogy Glen Ivy here in Corona. And once every quarter, I break down the sales numbers so you can see exactly what's happening in the housing market. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just keep an eye on your home's value, this video should help. So let's jump in and let me show you the numbers. And let's start with the average sales price. Now in the first quarter of 2026, the average sales price of a home in the 55 and older sections of Terramor was $732,000. And that's down quite a bit compared to the same time last year, when the average sales price was $865,000. So at first glance, that might sound pretty bad, but don't be fooled by the numbers just yet. Now it's important to keep in mind that about a year and a half ago, Del Webb released a new neighborhood in Terramor called Cedarwood. And these homes are smaller than the typical homes you'll find here in Terramor. In fact, every home in Cedarwood is right around 1,300 square feet. But in the other sections of Terramor, homes range between 1,600 square feet all the way up to 2,700 square feet. Plus, the homes in Cedarwood are much more affordable when you compare it with the larger homes here. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, if you look at the average sales price of just the homes sold in Cedarwood in the first quarter, the average sales price was $598,000. And this is actually a very affordable option here in Southern California. But if you remove the homes sold in Cedarwood and just look at the other homes in Terramor, you'll see the average sales price jumps up to $811,000. And that's a lot closer to the $865,000 we saw the same time last year. So the average sales price has dropped, but the reality is it's not as bad as the initial numbers showed. And next, let's take a look at the number of homes that were actually sold. And this is another area where things get interesting. Now in the first quarter of 2026, 8 homes were sold here in Terramor. And that's actually double the number that were sold this same time last year, when we only had 4 homes sold. So even though the prices have gone down, buyer activity has actually gone up. And that's really important because it tells us that buyer demand is still here. And what's helped the number go up is the availability of the more affordable homes in the Cedarwood section. Now, affordability here in California has really hurt the housing market. And like I mentioned earlier, being able to buy a single family home for under $600,000 in California is getting really hard to do. But the sales numbers in Cedarwood have actually helped increase the number of homes sold here in Terramor. Next, let's take a look at how long it's taking to sell a home. And during the first quarter of this year, the average days on market was 78 days. And last year, it was taking 104 days. So homes are selling faster than they were just a year ago. And here's another interesting side note. The average days to sell a home over in Trilogy Glen Ivy is exactly the same as it is here in Terramor, both taking 78 days to sell. And again, it tells us that buyers are still out there actively looking at homes in both communities here in Corona. Now before we go any further, if you live here in Terramor and you're wondering what your home might sell for in today's market, I'd be happy to show you. And I'll show you the real value based on the homes that are actually selling right now. And if you're a buyer trying to figure out if Terramor is the right community for you, I can help you with that too. I can show you around the community and the amenities. I can explain the pros and cons of this community, and I can show you any home currently for sale. So if you're interested, I'll put a link down below where we can set up a time so we can talk. Okay, so let's get back to the numbers. Next, let's talk about the number of homes currently for sale. And as we close out the first quarter of this year, we have 17 homes currently for sale in Terramor. And that's down from 23 homes at this same time last year. So inventory is still on the higher side, and there are plenty of homes to choose from if you're looking to buy. And finally, let's take a look at the highest price home sold during the first quarter. And this home was located at 11686 Oakton Way. And this was a large 3-bedroom, 3-bath home with a separate den and over 2,600 square feet of living space. And this home had some very nice upgrades and finishes that really made it stand out. Now the kitchen was equipped with high-end appliances, a large island, and a huge walk-in pantry. It also had a large primary suite and an attached spa-like bathroom with an amazing walk-in shower. And the rear yard was perfect for entertaining with a California room, a custom-built barbecue, and a very unique outdoor pergola. Plus the home had a 2-car attached garage, plus a separate golf cart garage too. And in Terramor, we occasionally see a home bring a much higher price than normal, and these homes typically offer something very special. Now, whether it's a premium lot, an upgraded interior, a beautiful view, or in some cases, a home that has all of these things, these homes do attract strong buyer interest from buyers looking for a more luxury home. And this home did just that and sold for $1,050,000. So what do all these numbers mean? Well, the Terramor housing market right now has gone through a bit of a reset. Prices have come down compared to last year, but at the same time, more homes are selling faster, and inventory is starting to improve. So this isn't simply a declining market, it's a market that's actually adjusting. So if you're a homeowner thinking about selling, pricing your home correctly is the most important thing you can do. And the good news is, homes that are priced correctly and show well are still selling. And in some cases, they're selling faster than they did just a year ago. And if you're a home buyer, this could actually be a window of opportunity. With prices down from last year and inventory still relatively high, you may have more negotiating power than you did a year ago. But remember, if inventory starts to go down, that window may not stay open forever. So it's definitely something you'll want to watch. Now, before I go, if you know someone who lives here in Terramor and you think they'd find this update helpful, I'd really appreciate if you consider sharing it with them. And if you're thinking about making a move, whether it's buying or selling a home here in Terramor, I'd be happy to help you navigate the process and make the best decision for your situation. Now, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.